Hello. How is everyone? I hope everyone is having a wonderful week so far. So, today, what I am actually going to go over is going to be what is a website layout? Easy and simple for me. A lot of people don't understand it, so let's jump into what a website layout is and get rolling. Alright, so right here we see a website, right? And we want to understand the layout because the seeing the layout is very important. And as you can see, as I clicked over some certain things, different squares and all of that pop up. Let's take, for instance, a website that's not in my website builder that I don't actually get to see all of that information popping up. So a normal website without the back end build area. All right, so we're going to take Canva, for instance. So this is a website, and this is normally what you're going to see. You're not going to be able to see the back end like I get to see the back end because we're actually going to build a website here in a little bit. All right, so this is your front end, is what it's referred to. And this is what a front end website's going to look like. So you're going to have different sections, you're going to have different tabs, you're going to have different links, you're going to have menus and all of that. We're going to actually cover all of that and how it's set up to make it easier for you guys so you can understand it. So we're going to go back to the actual build. So here is what a general website layout looks like. Okay, easy and simple. You love it, it's beautiful, but how did they get there? How did they actually build that? And that's what I want to go over today. So the first thing we're actually going to do is we're going to exit out of this. Easy and simple. And that's why I love the BlueTack pipeline, because it's got a website builder included, and it is amazing. Alright, as we've got everything loaded, I'm going to click on new page. That's the first thing you're going to do. We're going to title this. I'm going to title it new, just for this training. I'll go back and delete it later. Path is not important unless you have a path that you want it to be in. So I'm going to hit create new page. It's going to create a new page. As you can see, there's nothing in that page. So I'm going to click on the edit button, and it's going to load everything. So what is very important that most people need to understand is for each website there is different sections. Okay? So at the top of this Canva page, this right here at the top is considered a section. So it's going to ask me what size section do I want. Easy and simple. So we're working on the desktop layout only. So I'm going to hit full width because I want to take up the full width of the web page. Right here, like Canva, full width of the web page. That section takes up the full width. Okay, so that's your first thing is, all right, your first section, which is most likely going to be a nav bar or a menu or something like that. But we're not there yet. We've just created the section. So the next thing we've got to create is how many rows do you want in this section? What this refers to is like up here, how it's got the Canva icon, and then it's got home, it's got templates, it's got features, it's got learn. You can do it several different ways. The way I would highly recommend it is making each one of these their own individual column. So let's do 6 columns. What does that mean? That means that in each one of these columns you can add a different element. Okay, so it's obviously down here you can see it's taking up 100% of the width. I would highly recommend that you name this section, and usually if it's the first section, I name it header 1. That's just for my notes. So when I'm troubleshooting and looking at stuff, I will know, okay, that section's header 1. All right, so we're going to go back into an element. Next, we're going to go into the element. So what do I want to be right here? Do I want it to be an image? Do I want it to be a button? Do I want it to be text? Whatever. That's where you're going to pick it over here, is where you're going to pick what you want that element to be. For right now, I'm actually going to put it as a headline. So that would be headline, whatever I want to put right here. So as you can see, that's my headline. Let's say next to that headline, like we go back here. So next to that headline, their icon happens just to be saying Canva. So we're going to make this website. So that's what I want it to be. I just want it to be a website. Headline. Next, I want to make this an image. So I'm going to click on image. I'm going to drag it over there. So there's two ways you can do it. You can drag it over there, or you can just click on it and it'll automatically put it in there. Next, what do I want image to go right there? I'm not worried about that in this video right now. So we've got our section, right? Then we've got our rows, and then we've got our columns. And then inside each column is an element. Let's go ahead and move on to say that, okay, I want to add another section because a website like Canva doesn't just have one section. You can see right here, there's another section. And here's another section, and here's another section. So that's why it's so important to have a general layout of how many sections you want in your website. You can obviously go back and add them after you've added some. So I'm going to take a shortcut this time. Since I've already got a section completed and built on this page, I'm going to hit plus. Now this is going to ask me, do I want it to be a full width section? Of course I do. That's usually where 99% of your information is going to be, is it's going to be a full, and take up a full entire row and section. But that is totally 100% up to you. So now that we have the section, we want to go ahead and go back to adding rows. Or I'm sorry, adding columns. I only want this to be 3 columns this time. So as you can see, it's got 3 columns. In each column, I'm going to have an element. So instance, I'm going to say I want this to be a video. Next to that video, I want to have a paragraph with information. And next to that, I want to have a button. So I'm going to scroll down to button and click on it right here. Here's my button. All of that is easy, simple. I mean, what more could you want? So I've got that built already. So I've already got 3 sections. So let's say 50% of my website is already built with all these sections. Another awesome thing is, say I want to use this section over and over. I can click right here and it's going to duplicate it below. That is a time-saving tool that is amazingly awesome in case you want to use this over and over. Let's say, okay, I want to use this over and over, but I don't want this video here. So you can hit the down arrow and it's going to move it all the way over here. And as you can see, it's going to move it around. One of the things I like to do is just grab this right here. Gotta save it. It hadn't been saved in a while, so you gotta save it. Be sure to save it every so often. You don't want that error to pop up. I like to grab it and move it over to the different sections. That seems to be easier for me. The arrow is obviously always an option. I try to plan out all my sections so that I only have to build it once. So I'll go into my websites and all that and say, okay, how many sections do I need? I'll count out the sections and then go ahead and add, say I'm going to need 10 sections. I would just add 1 section right here. Go ahead and add another section because I know I'm going to need 10 sections, so forth and so on. Easy and simple. I mean, this tool is amazing when it comes to building websites. It is point and click, and to me, it's a blast to actually build a website. So, guys and girls, if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to email me. Thank you for showing up. Let's keep this rolling, keep it going, and let me know if you need any help with anything.